NFL fans, it's time to talk about the Cleveland Browns. They're picking number 2 in this year's draft after a pretty terrible year, 3-14, worst offense in the NFL. Pretty okay defense coming in at number 8. Special teams did pretty good as well coming in at number 4. But the Browns have a lot of holes on this roster, guys. So when we do this mock draft today, we got to take a lot of things into consideration. This team has 21 unrestricted free agents, including Nick Chubb, Elijah Moore, and Jedrick Wills. Holes all over this roster. Let's get into this mock draft. All right, Browns fans, there's a very good possibility that the Browns trade back in this spot, but I'm not going to do any trades today. Trading with a team like the Giants to go up to get a quarterback like Shedeur Sanders makes a lot of sense, right? It's been pretty well known that Shedeur Sanders does not want to go to Cleveland, so I don't think the Browns are going to even open up this can of worms, right? So they're going to take the other best player available. To me, they're either going to go Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter in the first round. Man, Abdul Carter could be a generational talent, but Travis Hunter has elite ball skills on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball. He could play corner opposite of Denzel Ward and come in and help this offense at the wide receiver position. This team needs wide receivers. They need cornerbacks. Travis Hunter goes to your Cleveland Browns with the number 2 pick. All right, now they're picking number 1 in the second round, pick 33 overall. Right away, the way the board has fallen to the Browns, I think taking a tackle it's imperative, right? So, Gray Zabel has looked really, really impressive at the Senior Bowl so far this week. Wyatt Millam, the tackle, is also extremely impressive. So is Kelvin Banks. This dude, that pass block grade is going to be hard to pass up, in my opinion. 6'4", 320 pounds. I think this is the perfect spot to bring a guy like Kelvin Banks, a true tackle. Zabel's probably going to play guard or center at the NFL level. So Kelvin Banks going at pick 33 to the Cleveland Browns. Now, we're up in the third round, pick number 67 overall. Jared Ivey's on the board. Tyler Booker, the guard from Alabama, is very interesting as well. And taking a quarterback here seems very interesting to me. Dylan Gabriel or Jalen Milroe, guys. Who do you take the chance on? Do you want to get the athlete, a guy like Jalen Milroe, or do you want the more complete passer in Dylan Gabriel, right? Deep grade at 95. He completed 81.9% of his passes. That doesn't make any sense. He's a little bit undersized. So, Browns fans, let me know in the comments below. Are you going to go with Jalen Milroe, who's pretty inaccurate with the football, or the opposite? A little bit smaller guy, a little bit less athletic, but a lot more accurate. To me, Jalen Milroe is just Jameis Winston 2.0. Very inaccurate with the football, not the best decision maker, great athlete. So I'm going Dylan Gabriel in the third round for the Cleveland Browns. They get a pretty solid quarterback here in the third round. All right, Browns fans, we got another third round pick, selection number 94 in this spot. Where do the Cleveland Browns go from here? There's a ton of spots they can go. They definitely need a running back for sure, with Nick Chubb not being 100% healthy. I do like Jahad Campbell, the linebacker, as well. Landon Jackson, the edge defender, is definitely in play for me as well. Oh, man. Gray Zabel is another really, really good offensive lineman who's crushing it at the Senior Bowl. He just looks so good doing it. Edge, offensive tackle, wide receiver, quarterback, running back, all big positions of need for the Cleveland Browns. Omarion Hampton, he is a very, very talented player. Getting him towards the end of the third round seems like a steal. But Landon Jackson is there as well. Oh boy, run defense, great, 82.9. But you know what? I'm going with the running back. Omarion Hampton goes to the Browns at pick 94. Now we're up in the 4th round, pick 102. Gray Zabel is still on the board, guys. This dude is extremely talented, man. Just like maybe a generational talent. He could play tackle, he could play guard, he could play center, he could play all over the offensive line. He's too good to pass up in this spot. All right, next up, in the 5th round, the Browns are up again, pick 165. Ursery's still on the board too, but so is Kevin Winston, the safety from Penn State. I love that pick there, guys. Elijah Arroyo, he's on the board as well. Ooh, baby, where do we go? Derek Harmon's on the board. There are some really good picks. Alfred Collins, Savion Williams from TCU. They need someone who can catch the freaking ball, man. I think Savion Williams might be too good to pass up here. Kevin Winston, I really love this pick as well. No, boy, where do we go? Where do we go? I do like Elijah Arroyo. He's looked really good at the Senior Bowl. Savion Williams, we need offensive firepower in this offense for sure. Now, in the 6th round, up again, Kevin Winston still on the board. He's too good. I'm not passing up on him. Kevin Winston Jr. from Penn State goes to the Cleveland Browns. Now, round 6, pick number 24, 200 overall, Elijah Arroyo. He is so talented, guys. I'm telling you, he's one of the best, if not the best tight end in this entire draft class. He is going to the Browns. Pick 204. All right, where do we go from here? Derek Harmon is available, the interior defensive lineman from the Oregon Ducks, man. True pass set, pass rush grade 91.1. Pass rush win rate about 20%. It's a no-brainer, man. He is going to the Cleveland Browns. Lots of picks towards the end of this draft, guys. Tons and tons of picks. Tons of picks. We can see who we picked so far. We got Hunter, Banks, Gabriel, Hampton, Zabel, Williams, Winston, Arroyo, Derek Harmon. All right, guys. Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? Tyler Barron, the edge defender from Miami. Very solid few years in college. He's going to go to them in the 6th round. We get the very next pick, guys. Do we just draft another quarterback? You could definitely do that. I do love myself some Kobe King. Connor Colby from Iowa. Pretty solid guard there. One of the better guards in this draft. I need offensive line help so bad. Luke Kandra from Cincinnati, another really good player there. Pass block grade 84. Cincinnati's a pretty good school. Iowa plays probably a little bit better competition for sure. He's just not as good as a pass blocker as Luke Kandra. Luke Kandra is going to the Browns. 2 more picks coming up in the 7th round, guys. Where do we go? What are the biggest needs for these Cleveland Browns? Cornerback is definitely in play as well, but I'm just going best player available this late in the draft. Another wide receiver like Pat Bryant is definitely in play for me as well. His stats just don't want to pop up right now. Tyler Cooper from Minnesota I like. Emory Jones, the tackle from LSU. Big program. Jalen Smith is still on the board. As I'm looking over our draft, we haven't picked a corner yet, so I'm going to bring a cornerback into this room. Denzel Burke, pretty solid player from Ohio State, national champion. I love that. In the 7th round. When you ever get these Ohio State, Georgia guys in the 7th round, man, you can't really beat it. And honestly, I wouldn't go to be as far as opposed to saying that we could draft another quarterback in this spot here, man. Wide receivers, Pat Bryant from Illinois. Great year. They need wide receivers. It's done. There's our draft, guys. We crushed it. NFL fans, will you look at this draft? We absolutely crushed it. Travis Hunter, Kelvin Banks, Dylan Gabriel in the first 3 rounds. We had some running backs, some more depth with Zabel on the offensive line. 2 really good wide receivers in Pat Bryant and Savion Williams. Kevin Winston fell to us. Elijah Arroyo. We got some Miami players looking really good. This is probably my favorite draft that I've done so far. Let me know, Cleveland Browns fans, did I crush it? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.